Podcast, and it is report card season. So we're sticking with the goal plan teams. So next up, it is the York Sirens, who came third in the goal plan standings, which normally would mean they would get the third overall pick in the draft, but of course we know what happened there. Let's go to our regular draft experts. When it comes to the Sirens, Pluto, do you think the Sirens still did okay in the draft despite going very low down the order? I think they did alright. It's hard to tell. I think they did okay with what was on paper, but we'll see. We will see. They definitely weren't draft winners for me. Okay. Compared to the last two seasons. The last two seasons I had draft winners, not this time. Okay. So, the Sirens remain that lone inaugural 6 team yet to make the World Cup playoffs. And oh, they are so desperate to do that. They are so desperate to do that. Let's go through their record, shall we? So, across 30 games, the Sirens had a record of 9-3-3-15. 9 regulation wins, 3 OT wins, 3 OT losses, and 15 regulation losses. 7th overall in the standings. 36 points in total, only 1 point behind Vancouver. That's what's interesting about teams in 7th, 6th, and 5th place. They got separated by 1 point. That's how close it was. They scored 63 goals and conceded 83. That is a goal differential of minus 20, by the way. Right. That's only one less than Seattle. I think I made a mistake on the last one. I think I said Vancouver had 63. No, Vancouver had 68. Seattle had 64. It's because we do it by goal plan standings. I know. So, little correction there. But no. Did Seattle have the worst goal differential? Yes. Theirs was minus 28. So, this is how New York had a goal differential of minus 20, yet still near the bottom. Well, at least Sirens fans can say this. We're not lost. We're not lost. Yeah, small victory there. That's a small victory. That's a small victory there. Yeah, we're not lost. And yet somehow we still did came lower than we had the previous season. Yeah. Honestly, what we gonna do with you, New York? Because it's literally, right, as Blur says, they draft well, but it's not working when it gets onto the ice. It's not working. I mean, just, wow. Because let's face it, obviously, in last year's draft, they completely stunned all of us by going for Christina Castle first, then went after Casey O'Brien. Okay? And I felt Castle she was alright. She had her moments, but wasn't really proving to me why you were the first overall draft pick. Well, she did have a massive injury that did wipe her out for most of the second half, and I think if that injury hadn't happened, she might have been who got on the nominations rather than O'Brien. I kind of felt throughout the season a New Yorker was going to be on that short list. It was just the wrong one. Yeah, Casey O'Brien should not have been on there. I'm sorry. Nope, should not have been on there. It took ages for her to find her group. I mean, it took until the Taylor tour game in Dallas for her to finally find her feet, find her groove, whereas other rookies in her draft class were already doing it. Look at Haley Wynn! Literally, and even Abby Newark. And Newhook was drafted way later than O'Brien, yet was taking, the best of her shot. And what was also interesting, Sarah Fillier had a downward. I know. Where was Fillier? Joint points leader Harry Knight last year. Rookie of the year. Where was Fillier? Yeah. Where did she go? Anyone got some wanted posters for me? Stick on lampposts, maybe. Where did she go? She had a massive step back. It was like, wow. Seriously. I mean, a player who won Rookie of the Year last year and was a leading points leader with Harry Knight, you'd think that you'd be able to replicate that, but no. Went completely downwards. Okay, yes, she did have a good hat-trick against us in one of those games, but I'm sorry. I mean, did we even put her presence at the takeover or in Denver? No. Honestly, I do not know what's happened to Sarah Fillier. She's going to need to rebound hard next year. She's going to need to rebound hard next year. And Denise is still there, so she could really help us there. Carter's still there, Brian's still there. But it's like, oh my god, what happened to Fillier? Because I think she didn't do that badly in the Olympics. Now, she's fine there, but where it counted the most on her team, her presence wasn't felt as much as it was this time last year. And this time last year, she was a rookie. Yeah. She was a rookie this time last year. Where did that go? Where did that go? Yeah. Where did that go? Answer the postcard, Sirens fans. Please answer the postcard. Where did that go? Where's she gone? Yeah. Because if you can get the Sarah Fillier from 24-25, that might help you get to playoffs. Yeah. And also, what's interesting for me when it comes to the Sirens is they carried on being these heart attack queens. I know, they just love playing from behind. Even when we were in Denver, oh god, if you checked out the highlights package, now you'll notice towards the end, the term of our boys is just getting really louder because we were literally thinking, oh my god, are we about to go to overtime? Oh yeah. I mean, for Sirens, that's basically just part of their DNA, isn't it? It's part of their DNA. It's just part of their DNA now, like how this team just loves to play from behind. Okay. Yeah, but I just feel like that's not going to work every single time. So every time I see the Sirens take a lead in this season, I think, well, you don't know what to do with it because you're not really in that situation. And we saw that when obviously in Detroit, they didn't know what to do with that lead when they got it. I was surprised Mads held on to when we watched, because in Washington they got the first goal. Yeah, but then Montreal roared right back, yeah. But it's still managed my way to win. Yeah, it's just... But every time I saw New York strike first this season, I thought, you don't know what to do with that. Nope. Now, the big thing for New York this year was, of course, Kaylee Osborne literally being thrown into the Lions' Den night in, night out on a regular basis. Now, that I think was a bit of a surprise. Now, we all knew going into this season Kaylee Osborne was going to get more of a lion's share because obviously Corinne Schroeder was taken by Seattle during the expansion process. Yeah, but I don't think even she thought it was going to be literally every single night. And we obviously did an episode on it. I just felt, did Greg Fokker not trust his other two netminers? Was that, because that was the ball he gave me. Well, can you blame me? One of them's a homophobe. Who is still on the roster. So let's now all point paws at who's now got the homophobes on their team, huh? Because it ain't us. It ain't us anymore. Okay, so yeah, just crazy. I mean, and I just feel like, she needs more rest every now and then. Because, okay, yeah, if that is your starting miner, that's the person you trust. Great. But every now and then, she has to have a little bit more rest. I mean, we did it with our tandem. Boston did it has did it with Frankel. And say we're onto a deathbed, even though they haven't got somebody reliable to back them up, they still manage to get them breaks every now and then. Yep. Same with always with Claire Phipps. Yeah. What's been good about the teams who are starting MRIs is they do find times to rest every now and then, whereas New York, they didn't do that. It was by Osborne night in, night out. Could we see that happen again with Elaine Trudy? Because obviously Elaine Trudy is now with New York. They got that during free agency. Could we see what happened this season with Osborne? Could we see that happen again next year with Elaine Trudy? I wouldn't mind that, because I always felt with Elaine Trudy, I kind of felt she could be a starting netminer. Which is why I would have been happy if she had been taken by expansion team last year, because that would have given obviously shows what she is a starting netminer. Because during that time I'm on show with SBA, I always kind of felt like those two, like what we had with Rudy and Hensley. It kind of felt like a tandem. It kind of felt like a tandem. There were two rock-side netminers. So I kind of feel for York, you've now got somebody who is going to be a really great starting at minor, but I would not be surprised if they do to her what they did to Osborne. And that again could be your downfall to missing playoffs. Yes, you have a start. You can recognise somebody who's starting at minor, fine, but don't put them in every single night, because eventually it's going to take their toll. Yeah. And we did see it, because sometimes Osborne was not on her A game, and other times she was. Yep. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more with that sentiment. So, what is it that New York needs to do to get over the line? Because it's 3 for 3 now. They have not made playoffs. They are the only inaugural 6 team not to make playoffs. You've got Vancouver and Seattle who are hungry for it. You've got 4 new teams coming in who are also got awards to be to prove. What does New York need to do to get over the line? What do they need to do? The million dollar question. The million dollar question. It's a hard one. Because every season New York has done badly, but they go into the draft and draft so well, you think, oh, they're going to turn it around. And then, oh, no, still right back down to square one. It's beyond square one, my friend. It's beyond square one. It's tricky. Yeah, especially how Greg Fogler's not that bad of a coach. I wasn't sure what to make of him last year, his first year, but I think he has now settled in, and I do think he is the right fit for New York on that bench. It's just, I don't know, large adjustments need to get made to ensure that New York can just get over the line. Because could you imagine it? Imagine if the Sirens could get to the playoffs. That might gouge more interest, because the Sirens still have got attendance problems. They still have got attendance problems. So I just think that playoff series is what they need to maybe gouge that interest, maybe. Ensure that it's... I mean, the MSG game totally did that. The MSG game proved what Osprey about since year 1. There is a fan base for PHL New York. You just need to find ways to get them out and into New Jersey. Because the Sirens are not moving from New Jersey. Can I talk about that? Yep. Because honestly, it was a kind of a shock last year when they did make the move to New Jersey. But I feel like you did say at one point throughout the season, they kind of feel settled in. I did. At some point in the season, I did say, I think it's fine with them being New Jersey. They're clearly settled there. It's a lot better when they actually were in New York. So, yeah, I did say that at one point. And of course, I got into fight with the Rangers fans after the MSG game. You did. I did. We're not moving them back to New York City. And the reason why? Go look at their attendance records from season 1. You failed. You had your chance. New York City, you had your chance. You failed. They're staying in Newark. They're staying in New Jersey. If you failed. So there you go. Yes. It's tricky because I felt for York. They started all right in the first half of the season. They started all right. What was interesting is they ended the first half of the season. They went into the Olympic break in a playoff spot. Yeah, they actually ended the first half of the season. They go into the Olympic break in a playoff spot. They occupied the last playoff spot. And I think going into the second half, I think the three of us kind of felt, right, if York can really turn it up a gear, they can go that extra notch. If they can find a way to turn it up a gear or two, they could go on a royal tear and finally get that monkey off their back. But unfortunately, alas, was not to be. Yeah. Yeah, because honestly, yes, I said, George, they entered Malakotina in a playoff spot. And sadly, we got to the second half of the season, it did not go well. Their first game back was a disaster. It was. They just had no fight in that. No. I felt that's why I need to see from New York more in these games. I need to see that fight, especially if you're a team that's desperate to get to the playoffs. You need to show us that fight in you. They didn't really do that times. Yeah, it's all went wrong in that second half. It all went wrong for them. I'm afraid it just all went wrong. There's nothing really they could do. I just putting KA off within 99 out. That was just ridiculous. What were you thinking? And as you said, it just shows. Do you not trust the other two netminders you've got on your bench? Because you have to dress 3 netminders in the PWHL. Do you not trust the other 2 on the bench there? Okay, of course, obviously, one is a homophobe who I would personally rather see get stoned than be put on the ice. I'm publicly out now. I'm not holding back my furore. Don't dare! Don't you dare! So you get more of my pride from next program going forward now. Yeah. So. And I think there is still a lack of trust on that mind because he went and got Elaine Trinity in free agency, a big star, a big name there. So I think that just shows you still don't trust the other net minds in your closet. And I think we could, as you two have been trying to say, don't be surprised if Elaine Trinity is put in the exact same position that Kate Osborne was this season and gets pretty much the lion's share of the games. But Elaine Trinity has had more experience in it being a starting role than Kate Osborne has, because Kate Osborne has been the backup to Queen Schroeder. She's making a big step up this year. Yeah, so you just look at the thing, oh, really? She's not had that much time to be a starting netminder. Well, she'll play her that next year for Chris Spartan Hamilton. She will indeed. She will indeed. She will indeed. Yep, she will. She will indeed. Yeah. But honestly, Sirens fans, how do you cope with this come from behind mentality? Because if that was how the Frost played, then chances are by now I probably would be dead. That would kill me. Okay? It's like just crazy. And the fact that they can just do it on will is just insane. I mean, obviously, when they got that first goal in Denver, it was a bit blah, 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 thought, that should have been called back because it did go to DSR and all that. And the second one came, it's like, uh-oh. Then you saw the third one coming. I did. Kate Osborne didn't even get a chance to go to the bench. That's how quick the whole thing turned. And if you check the heart spec out, you can tell the tone of our voices go quite louder, as we did fear overtime was going to loom its ugly head. But seriously, how is it that this team is able to do that night in, night out? How are they able to do that? Well, it gives you a great game. Yeah, I know. It gives you a great game. Yeah. Well, okay, it's not. Well, if you're not involved in it, yeah. But for those of you who are involved in it, it's got to be hard tackling, right? I could not cope. That's how the Frost played it. Night out. I could not do it. I could not. I really couldn't. It's just insane. Literally, it's insane what they do. It really is. Yep. Oh yeah. This team's got to make playoffs soon. Yeah. This team has got to make playoffs soon. You just need to make sure your stars. I says like Sarah Fillier, what happened, girl? What happened? Where did she go? Sarah? Sarah, anyone seen Sarah Fillier? No? Alright, come on. That is just... I did not see that coming. No. I did not... I expected going started. I expected to pick up where she left off. Yeah. I did not see her have this massive downhill of a season. No. I just did not see that coming. Where did she go? Where did she go? You know, it's just... So as Per said earlier, she's got to rebound next season, and she's got to rebound quickly. Because the Sirens are going to need her. Yeah. Because O'Brien can't talk about, they're still trying to find their feet. Yeah. So they're going to need Fillier to really step up next year. Yeah. They need to really step up. Especially as net mining might still be a tricky... I still find hilarious... Go on. I was wondering where you're going to bring it up. I still find hilarious how the only team that did not protect a net miner in phase 1 was York. And what happened? She goes very quickly in phase 2. Which I think just showed how much net mining was valued in the expansion process this time compared to last year. Because I think last year only Frankel, Desbiens and Phillips were protected. Everyone else was kind of fair game. But in expansion draft, Seattle Bankers didn't even touch a net miner because they went and did it in the exclusive stone window. But clearly this time around, everyone thought we need to value our net miners, and they did, and they made sure to protect at least one net miner. But York was the only team that did not do that, and you paid the price. You paid the price. And I remember when I read it out that Chaos was going to happen, so Lady Shreway just went for Witches of Macbeth. All three of them. Cackling away in the wind. And yeah, it was just like... That's the second time expansion we've laughed at New York's misery. Because we laughed at Carisha being taken last year. Well, because we all saw it coming. And then, obviously this year, Kay Osborne. So, but York did make good work in facing. Yeah, he did very well to get a good replacement in Finish. Yeah, because I bet expansion, I think maybe we should try and go for Chuli, but then nope, York got in first. York got in first. And good on them. Good on them. And hopefully that's going to be a huge help in turning your fortune around, because this team really, really needs to get to playoffs, because I think it would do so much good for the franchise if they could just at least have a taste. Even if they don't win a round, if they could just get at least a taste of it, then that could be a huge help for them as a franchise going forward. Especially we'll try and grow a fan base. Yeah. So So literally, come on, Greg Fargo, what are we gonna do with you? We're gonna do with you, Sirens. Because the last 2 seasons, though, you look at them on paper and think, okay, they're gonna go over the line. They're gonna go over the line this time round. Surely. No. Anyway, one more thing from me, okay, is next season, please change goal horns. Please change goal horns, because I hate that song. You find it racist? It is racist! Pluto, do you know how many times Jay-Z says the M-word in that track? Yeah. 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 I had to listen to that. Literally before this season, right? He's keying over. Yeah. Literally, before the start of the season, I'd never really heard that track in full. I've heard an acoustic version of it, but just by Alicia Keys alone. But I've not heard that track with Lego as well. Yeah. I've not heard that track in full. And I'm literally like, oh my god, the amount of times that the N-word says Oh my god. So that's what I was ready. So that's what I was ready about seeing you on the second tour. I was like, oh my god, if they get a goal, we're gonna have to listen to the racist song. What was he thinking when he wrote that all those years ago? What was he thinking? What was he thinking? Just no, don't do it. Just like how you should never say the Q word around me because I'll punch your lights out. And kick you in the balls. And kick you in the balls. He knows me so well. It's like, yeah, but honestly, seriously, York, please change. I'd rather just go back to Britney. What was wrong? What was wrong? What with Britney? Filth? Yeah, but at least it wasn't racist. I'd rather have filth over racism. Try putting that on a t-shirt. Yep. But seriously, just change it. Change it! Just change it, please. I'm surprised they still kept the wee woo going, even though they got rid of that part of the goal song. Yeah. And we did hear that in Denver. We did. Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, we did. The attendance was the support was balanced actually in Denver between us and the Sirens. It was actually a fair, balanced crowd, which was kind of good. It was good. Yeah, so we'll see how York fares, but they're going to need their stars to come back to life. 7-8 does need to have a turnaround next year. She needs to improve big time this year. Needs to really improve big time this year. Right, since he's killed over, and I've now started to think, and I've now got the racist song in my head. I think we'll call it there. That's going to do it for this report card for you, York. Until next time, take care.